What is Hanukkah? You may be asking yourself that question. The fact of the matter is the ancient rabbis asked the very same thing. And it's not that easy to figure out because there are multiple versions of the story. The first, even though Hanukkah is a Jewish holiday, doesn't even exist in what some might call the Hebrew Bible or the Old Testament, but in the Apocrypha, in 1st and 2nd Maccabees. That story chronicles the military victory of Judah Maccabee, or the Hasmoneans, over the Greeks, who were oppressing the Maccabees and not allowing them to practice their religion the way they wanted to in the ancient temple. So Judah Maccabee and his posse decided to take it all back. And when they arrived and found the temple in ruins, they had to clean it up and rededicate all of the sacred vessels. Legend is it took them 8 days to do it. The second is the story the rabbis like to tell in the Talmud, which is a compendium of tales and legends and laws. The rabbis focus on light, more specifically on oil, and the fact that when the Maccabees entered the temple, they found one cruse of pure olive oil that they thought would only last for 1 day, but in fact it lasted for 8. For the rabbis, the focus was on the miracle of light. Finally, most religions have some kind of winter solstice holiday, a celebration that takes place during the darkest time of the year. A beautiful story is told about the first human beings, Adam and Eve, during their first weeks and months on this earth. Now remember, they were the only people around, so they didn't have anyone to ask about life, about how things worked. They noticed that the days were getting shorter and shorter, and they got scared. They thought that the world was going backwards, back to the chaos that preceded creation. They fasted, they cried, they clung to each other, and they waited it out. And they saw, as the days went by, that the sun started to come out earlier and earlier, and they noticed that this was the natural way of the world. The funny thing is, it's not that difficult for us to understand what it must have felt like for Adam and Eve. Even though we're surrounded by people, we've lived lots of years on the earth, and we have electric light everywhere so that we never have to sit in the dark. Yet somehow during this time of year, we still feel a little bit sad when the sun dips into the sky earlier and earlier, and we need a pick-me-up. We need light. We need a miracle. And that's why we need Hanukkah. No matter what story of Hanukkah resonates most with you, Hanukkah literally means dedication. This is a time of year for us to reconnect to what we're dedicated to the most, whether it's our work, our purpose in the world, or the people we hold most dear. So, I hope I've shed a little light on your Hanukkah. Thanks for downloading.